Alright, so what's up guys? So we are out here on another run. Out here doing this craziness for all of you guys to sit back, watch, and enjoy. Because that's what you want to do. Out here with us, hanging out. So today's topic is about the idea of motivation. And you know, you want to figure out ways to get motivated, right? Because you want to stay on task, you know, stay, you know, on par in order to achieve your goals, right? Everything that you want to do with your life. There's quite a few things that I'm sure that you want to get done and achieve and accomplish. So, you know, don't worry, because today we're going to give you 4 ways to stay motivated and end up doing what you want to do. So without further ado, way number 1 is to have a written plan. You know, one that you can essentially pull out a sheet of paper, right, pen and a paper, and it can be simply on your computer if you want to, and simply write down what it is that you want, right, what you want to do essentially within probably, you know, next day, next week, next year, next 5-10 years, and so forth, right? Whatever time frame you want to have, right, for these goals, because some of them can be long-term, some can be short-term, right? Like super short-term goals, like mine, of essentially getting to the end of this walk. And you know, while that may not seem like the hardest or most, you know, longest of tasks, right? You know, one thing that you gotta do is stay on the course, stay motivated. Because if not, then you would be swayed, you know, by a negative opinion or a force pulling you away from it. And you know, had you not written, you know, what it is exactly that you want to do down, you can often easily forget, you know, what it is you're exactly doing and why you're doing it, right? Those same creative ideas that you came up with on day 1, you can lose track of them and lose sight of them, right? Forget what they are. And you know, if you just rely on the memories alone, had you lost them, those memories, they might be gone forever, right? And how sad is that, right? Because you had these great, wonderful, you know, imaginative ideas for you, right? Whatever goal it was, or you wanted to save, you know, the world from hunger, whatever it is that you wanted to do. You know, had you written it down, had you written down, you know, the blueprint for it, you would be able to still go back to that and check up on it, right? And make sure, you know, that you're on the right track, that you're still doing the things that you set out to do, because you can forget and you can get lost, right? It happens, right? It's not the easiest thing, you know, to set out a goal, work on that goal, and stay on it, keep doing the right things, because a lot of these tasks can be quite complex, right? They can be pretty hard for you to keep doing. So, you know, just write them down, write down everything it is that you're thinking and feeling, right? It'll come out on that paper, and you will be able to look back at it and reflect and, you know, keep going forward and stay motivated. And now we will go into tip number 2 to staying motivated, and that is, you know, to go about the journey, right? Worry about what it is you're doing right now. Forget about the end result, whatever it is it may be, right? And although that can motivate us, right? You know, the fancy new car or new house, or, you know, simply, you know, the prize money, right? That can motivate people to want to win a game show and so forth, right? Because I know it would motivate me too. But, you know, had those people been concerned, you know, with the process of getting there, they would stay motivated longer, right? They, you know, essentially would be focused on exactly what it is they have to do, and they'll have a better chance of doing it, as opposed to being hypnotized by a sort of prize, right? Almost like a, you know, fish chasing a hook, right? Or a cat chasing his tail, right? Simply gonna keep chasing that thing endlessly, right? Almost in a dumbified way, right? They don't even think about it. They're just doing it. But oftentimes a lot of the things that you gotta do, right, in order to achieve that goal require complex thought. Right? You really gotta think about what you're doing. So essentially, what you gotta do to keep doing the right things and stay motivated is to, you know, focus on those tasks, right? Focus on what you have at hand, right? Make small goals and milestones for yourself, right? Because, you know, while it may be nice to get to those big, lofty goals and objectives, it'd be like the college system, let's say, just awarding PhDs and MDs, right? But they don't give you along the way your master's degree, your bachelor's, and sometimes your associates, right? Because you got plenty, you know, it takes a lot of work to get, you know, to that end goal of the PhD. So they gotta give you, you know, they gotta award you for that milestone of, you know, making it 4 years for your bachelor's and 6 for your master's, and sometimes 2 for your associates if you go to community college. So, you know, take that into your perspective, right? You have that lofty goal, you know, of one day owning your own company. Make a smaller goal, right, of raising the capital that's required to get one, and, you know, essentially getting a certain number, you know, of willing team members, because you're probably not going to want to own that business and have yourself do all the work. You got to outsource it. So in doing that, you are creating these small goals that are going to keep you on par with owning a successful business, or whatever it is that you want to do. Just create those small tasks and stay on them. And, you know, without further ado, we will go into tip numero tres in staying motivated. And this one runs a bit contrary to the one we just mentioned, but it's still great, because if you think about the eye on the prize mentality, right, create a big goal, right? Because sometimes when, you know, we go out and do the things that we want to do with our lives and so forth, right, we have these certain goals, but, you know, oftentimes we fall into the trap of aiming too low, right? And that could be one of the greatest failures, because you don't even give yourself a chance to hit those high marks. And you could even think that, you know, if you set goals that are too high, there's even one saying where it's like aim, you know, for the sky and the moon or whatever, and if you fail, you'll end up amongst the stars, right, if I'm not mistaken, right? So what that means is set a high goal, because you're gonna go hard, right? It's gonna make you push yourself in getting there. And even if you mess up, you don't end up, you know, with that Ferrari, that Lamborghini, you're probably gonna end up with a nice Benz or a Bentley, right? Something super cool and nice that takes time and commitment for, that, you know, you didn't originally plan to get, but it's awesome. And that's no knock on those cars, but you get what we're saying out here. So yeah, man, keep your eyes on the prize, right? Set a big goal for yourself, right? If you try and become the richest man in the world, and you end up being the 30th, 50th, or 100th, you're gonna be filthy rich still. You'll be all right because it's a high goal. And you know, the area right below it, that failure, is still gonna leave you pretty wealthy. So in order to stay motivated on something as complex as that, create that big goal. Don't be afraid, you know, to go after it. Don't discourage yourself, because it can be very easy to, you know, if you set such a high mark. And now we will go into tip number 4 and staying motivated. And that is, you know, to have a support system, right? A group of friends, colleagues, fraternity, right? Group of individuals that essentially are there for each other along the way, right? You support yourself, you support them, they support you, and you essentially have the same goals, right? You wish good things upon each other, right? At the bare minimum. And having that, you know, mutual agreement, right, thing in common with them, it's gonna keep you, you know, aligned with them. It's gonna make it easier for you when you can get lost and confused along the way, because becoming successful doing the things that you probably want to achieve, not the easiest thing in the world. So it doesn't hurt if you have some help along the way. So, you know, along with these 4 tips to stay motivated, you know, we hope you are able to enjoy this video and like, comment, subscribe, full 9 yards, and say thank you and goodbye.